Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the central bank and how it regulates and controls the commercial bank activities. First of all, banking regulation is the exclusive right of the central bank, and CBA regulates commercial banks' activities based on the laws and legal acts and mainly based on the constitution. The supervision shall be implemented as determined in the Chapter 5.1 of the Armenian law on the Central Bank of the Republic of Armenia. However, central bank cannot intervene in commercial bank activities. It is prohibited to impede or interfere with the lawful deeds of employees while executing the supervision. Another option that central bank is authorized to do is to control the financial activities of commercial banks. In order to control the financial activities, a bank invites an independent auditing firm. The general meeting of the bank shall appoint the auditing firm based on the procedure determined by the central bank. However, the expenses for the services of the auditing firm are fully covered by the commercial bank. Alternatively, the bank board can invite an auditing firm, again on the expenses.
The central bank shall be empowered by law to establish main and other economic standards for regulation of banking activities. The central bank shall be empowered to license banking activities, supervise banks operating in the territory of the Republic of Armenia, and define reporting formats, timeframes, and forms of banks to the central bank. The exclusive right to obtain statements from banks, credit organizations, and other entities licensed and supervised by the central bank belongs to the central bank. The banking license is a document issued by the central bank to certify the permission to perform banking. The central bank shall have the exclusive right to issue banking license. There are three steps of banks licensing: pre-approvement, registration, and provision. To get license, the total minimum capital of banks is said to be an amount equivalent 5 billion dirhams until 2017 and 30 billion dirhams after 2017. The minimum capital change will cause mostly banks consolidation, which will provide better quality of banking services and healthy competitive environment. The banking license has no time limit, and the rights given by it cannot be transferred or otherwise alienated. The banking license may be invalidated or become null by a decision of the central bank.
I'm going to talk about financial statements. The banks and the branches of foreign banks shall prepare, publish, and present to the central bank annual and quarterly financial and other statements. The central bank may establish a diverse frequency for submission of the statements. The central bank shall establish the forms, procedure, and the term for the statements subject to submission to the central bank, taking into consideration existing international standards. Not rare than once a year, each bank shall submit to the central bank some statements set by the central bank as follows: financial statements of legal entities holding significant participation in the bank's statutory fund, data on the managers of these legal entities and the parties holding significant participation. Second, financial statements of legal entities related with parties holding significant participation in the bank's statutory fund, data on the managers of these related legal entities and parties holding significant participation. And the third thing that the banks should submit to the central bank is the statements of parties holding indirect significant participation in the bank's statutory fund, and the law tells that in order to receive the preliminary consent of the central bank, the bank shall within 10-day period upon the day of acquisition of indirect significant participation by that party submit to the central bank the required documents concerning the parties holding indirect significant participation. The parties holding significant participation in the statutory fund of the bank are responsible for submission of the statements and data defined by this point to the central bank, and the statements and data subject to submission to the central bank shall be complete and accurate.
The central bank, as lender of last resort, may provide in accordance with its procedures loans to banks with a maturity not exceeding 6 months. In exceptional cases, in order to preserve the integrity and soundness of the entire banking system of the Republic of Armenia, the central bank may extend loans with a maturity of up to 1 year. Loans provided by central bank to banks must be secured by state securities, checks and promissory notes having no more than 9-month maturity, other securities agreed upon with the board of central bank, coins and standardized bullions made of gold and other procedures metals. The Board of Central Bank may establish variable interest rates and special lending procedures to conditions for certain types of loans.
Supervision over banking activities. The authorized governmental body of the Republic of Armenia, along with the Central Bank, shall establish the procedures for loss provision of investment securities and for its use, classification of the loans and receivables and assets, loss provisioning in the bank. If inaccurate, false, or incomplete data are presented to the Central Bank during licensing or acquisition of significant participation, or the bank or parties holding significant participation in the statutory fund of the bank infringe the requirements of point 3 of Article 55 of Law on Banks and Banking, which is to submit to Central Bank some statements set by the Central Bank not rarer than once a year, or if during the execution of supervision over the bank, essential information about deterioration of financial state of bank-related parties is detected, and it may influence the financial state of the bank or may somehow impede interests of bank depositors or other creditors, the Central Bank is entitled to propose the party holding the significant participation in the bank statutory fund to dispose his investment in the bank or dispose his right of claim, by force of which he can affect the activities of the bank by the reason that it impedes the financial state of the bank. Second, apply one of the sanctions to the bank as set forth in Article 61 of this law, which are the warning and directive to eliminate infringements, the fine, bank's manager's deprivation of qualification certificate, and the final, the nullification of the license. We researched and found some problems in this system. Some of those problems are credit portfolio management problems, problematic overdue loans are growing, risk remains on citizens and on the business, loans which are given in dollar cannot fully finance the economics. Thank you for your attention.